Well, two teams whose seasons extended via Europe last term. The first home game in the new Premier League campaign for Wolves. The first game in any competition for Manchester City. Last year's 3-2 win here for the Old Gold pretty much defined the Nuno era. Another Wolves win tonight would be the first time in Pep Guardiola's managerial career to lose 3 consecutive league games against the same opponent. Wolves are also 1 win away from becoming only the 4th team in English football to win 2,000 league games. Jimenez infield to Moutinho. He's caught in possession. A combination of Mendy and Rodri, and Jesus. Sliding challenge came in from Neto. Free kick will be given in a dangerous position, and it is not quite working for Wolves at the minute. Would you say just under 25 yards?
Yeah.
Just to the left of centre as you look towards the south bank. City have 2 men to the side of the wall trying to block Rui Patricio's view. Here comes De Bruyne over the wall, curling, and Patricio just had to parry it away to his left-hand side. He was probably a bit straighter.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne would have wanted, and certainly that allowed Patricio to watch it all the way.
Yeah, he's fortunate that he wasn't too far to his left, was it? But the problem what he had was Patricio, he took a step to his right, and then the ball's gone left. He was lucky that it wasn't another yard the other way.
Turning and playing it back out to Phil Foden. Trying to slide it in behind for the run of De Bruyne. Oh, and Saiz slid in, and Saiz is in trouble, and it's a Manchester City penalty. Just past the quarter hour here. Approaching 20 minutes gone. Romain Saiz gambled that he could try and win the ball. He didn't get there. De Bruyne just helped it on, waited for the challenge, went over the outstretched legs of Saiz. And for the 2nd year in a row, City can take the lead from the penalty spot at Molineux. De Bruyne is taking the responsibility for City now to step up right-footed, strikes it to the left of Patricio, who guessed right but could not get there as it found its way into the far corner. 19 minutes played, it's Wolves 0, Manchester City 1.
I say he's put his head up in the air, so like Patricio, he went the right way, but it was just the accuracy and the power of the penalty spot. Well, just watching it again, the replay. Oh, he's put it straight into the side netting. And that comes on the back of a little spell from Wolves, wasn't it, where they put a little bit of pressure on Man City.
When Wolves have had the ball, they haven't been careful enough with it. De Bruyne, Sterling into the penalty area. Patricio came, Foden will tap the ball home. From the left-footed ball, slid into him. And Wolves are 2-0 down. And it is not going well tonight. Simple goal, not for the first time. De Bruyne sliding in Sterling. He was bound to get it right sooner rather than later. And then selfishly teed it up for Foden. And Manchester City have doubled their advantage at Molineux. Moutinho was going to go short. Podence is going short. He'll play it back to Pedro Neto under pressure from Sterling. Back to Traore, first time cross. Jimenez's header, it's high and wide. It's pretty much the best opportunity Wolves have created in 41 minutes.
Well, it is a decent delivery from Traore, wasn't it? And you could see what Jimenez was trying to do, just couldn't get the direction right, got the power on it.
Well, Moutinho needed a shout to take his time. Jesus flicking on. Here's De Bruyne into the penalty area, and that's a big save by Rui Patricio. Super stop right before half-time. Wolves carved open, and it needed the Portuguese #1 to make a vital interception to keep it down to 2-0.
Yeah, great save. Just watching the replay again. Just got caught with runners again, De Bruyne. Yeah, great save.
Bolly on the turn, now finding Traore again, in towards the feet of Neto, first time to the right side to Jimenez, back infield to Traore. Traore trying to spin his man, but Fernandinho got him. And De Bruyne on early for Gabriel Jesus. Jesus onto his left foot, striking goalwards, but straight at the waiting Rui Patricio, who gathered it up gratefully.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Traore here, he's looking at the manager. I don't know if the manager's had a go at him, not happy about his selection of pass.
Well, it's because he tried to spin, didn't he,
yeah.
rather than just play the ball.
Yeah.
Bit more pressure from Neto.
It's
better football from Wolves. Bolly found Neto over the halfway line. Traore coming up in support on the outside right. Neto making the run ahead of him. Traore won't need him as he goes forwards in towards the penalty area. Infield to Podence on the turn. Oh, what a good effort, just wide. Hit the stanchion towards the side of the goal, holding up the netting. Some of the Wolves bench down in front of us thought that it had gone in.
Well, I did. I thought it was in.
What an effort in the end. That's much better football from Wolves.
Well, at least
that's given them a little bit of hope.
Yeah, at least they're making Man City think about things. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure on them, starting to have a little bit more success.
Neves, wide for Neto. Midway inside the half, up against Mendy, trying to go past him on the outside and use his pace, and he's quick as well. It's pulled back, Podence has left it. It's Neves to strike it left-footed and cleared away by the foot of the post by Kyle Walker. Vinagre now driving forwards, attempted low cross, deflected behind for a corner, and suddenly it's taken 56 minutes. Wolves are suddenly woken up and are in the game.
Yeah, I know he's left the ball for Neves. Do you think Podence should have hit it? I thought Neto's done brilliant. He's picked out the pass. I just thought Podence should have shot. There.
Here's Mendy. Interception by Bolly, stretching out his left leg. Jimenez for Martinho. Early for Podence, who's beaten the offside trap. Daniel Podence has lifted it over the goalkeeper and onto the roof of the net. Another glorious opportunity. He tried to be cheeky. Daniel Podence racing through. Couldn't quite get enough on it to make it dip underneath that crossbar and get Wolves back into the game. But Wolves are suddenly starting to create more and more against Manchester City.
Yeah, that was better from him, wasn't it? Just lacked the finish.
Here comes Fernandinho, racing out to the right-hand side. Saiss. Well, Fernandinho stolen it from him. Fernandinho into the penalty area, lifts it high over the top and behind for a goal kick.
Yes. A few errors out there. Salah just getting the ball away, just rode his luck a little bit. Just watching the replay. A bit angry with himself.
Yeah, Fernandinho clearly thought he should have done better.
Yeah.
Podence's corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. Doesn't beat the first man. Headed away by Fernandinho. Traore for Podence on the right-hand touchline through the legs of Kevin De Bruyne. Daniel Podence now lifting into the penalty area. Oh, what a header by Jimenez! And Wolves are back into the game. And maybe, just maybe, they've given themselves real hope for a barnstorming finish. Wolves 1, Manchester City 2. Raul Jimenez's second Premier League goal of the season in just his second game.
There you go, a bit of quality from Podence, wasn't it? Megs De Bruyne, great little ball in as well, good header. Yeah, it's great play. A bit of quality, isn't it? At the cheek of it as well.
Approaching the final minute. Gabriel Jesus' header. Saiss to the loose ball on halfway. Caught in possession by De Bruyne. Saiss has stayed down. Man City play on. Gabriel Jesus to strike it, and good save by Patricio to tip it wide for a corner.
It was a good save. He hit it well, didn't he? Jesus, good save.
Jesus from the throw. Dendoncker trying to get there. Bolly couldn't quite steal it. Jesus into the penalty area, striking, deflecting and in. Manchester City are going to take all 3 points. The killer punch right at the end, as much as Wolves were trying to win it back to go down to try and force an equaliser. Gabriel Jesus finds a way past Rui Patricio. And it's Wolves 1, Manchester City 3. And Wolves' first home game with the new campaign will be heading for defeat.
Yeah, it took a massive deflection, hasn't it? Just watching it again. Just couldn't get it clear, couldn't get hold of the ball. Yeah, it's come off Conor Cody. Patricio had no chance.
And that's it, the final whistle goes. Wolves beaten in their first home game of the new campaign by a Manchester City team, favourites to regain their Premier League title this season. They raced into a 2-0 lead, could have been more in the first half. Wolves stepped it up in the second, put some pressure on, came close a couple of times, mainly through Daniel Podence. Eventually it was Podence getting it, nutmegging Kevin De Bruyne and crossing for Raul Jimenez, his second of the season, to give them some hope. They made changes and tried to push, but City showed their class, showed their experience, and then punished Wolves right at the death to restore their 2-goal advantage and take all 3 points. It finished Wolves 1, Manchester City 3.